Trump is accusing the Biden administration of using FEMA funding to support undocumented migrants. How is the White House responding to that?
I mean, it's just categorically false. It is not true. It is a false statement. And look, the fact of the matter is, I think Washington Post fact checker did a piece, and the headline recently, just moments ago, not too long ago, and the headline was, "No, Biden did not take FEMA relief money to use on migrants, but Trump did."
Can you believe that garbage? I mean, seriously, folks. Seriously, hypocrite Karine Jean-Pierre basically saying, no, folks, he didn't use FEMA money to send overseas. No, it's all your imagination. You're seeing things. You're imagining the world in an Alice in Wonderland scenario.
Yeah. Well, no, we didn't send any overseas, but we redirected by declaring a border emergency, as Biden finally quietly did. He then directed every agency to free up funds to spend in the United States on housing and feeding illegals. And Trump had a border emergency. He used it for border patrol, not giving it to the illegals. So, like everything, the left likes to hang, like Joseph Goebbels would be so proud of the modern Nazis, the fascocrats, as I call them, who have 28 planks of the National Socialist Deutschland Arbeiter Party in the DNC platform. Trust but verify, as Reagan said. Don't take my word for it. Go to DuckDuckGo, Jibberoo, FreeSpoke, bring up the DNC platform, bring up NSDAP, bring up the Communist Manifesto, and see that they are identical, and then bring up the GOP platform. Mind you, not all Republicans are great. There are CINOs and rhinos that got to go too. But real Republicans, the real Republican platform, look at the Magna Carta and our foundation documents. You're either roar, you restore our American Republic with us, or you're useful idiots for the fascocrats.
Yeah. I mean, this is the constant lies that this administration is spewing out. And I love how the fact that we're going to get there in a moment, guys, with, this whole new pitch for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, right? Tampon Tim of Joe and I love to call him. They're trying to now say that everything that you've seen in 4 years, we're going to do a lot better. That's literally what's coming out of their mouths. Like, we're gonna be for strong borders. We're gonna be for more job growth. Oh, really? Like, why didn't you do that 4 years ago?
And they know they can spew this crap because there's a lot of, as I call them, independents, D-U-H, independents, who don't do anything. They're consumed by the bread and circus until a month before election. Then they tune into the lying television ads and buy into them. They're useful idiots for the fascocrats. I don't know who coined it, the hashtag Tiananmen Tim, or as I hashtag AWOLs for his military abdication when his troops was going to go into combat. And even Newsmax took my AWOLs. Or no, Fox News. Somebody on Fox News.
Took your AWOLs? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, so somebody, it's possible they independently thought of that also on their own, separate and apart from me. Yeah. But I've been using it ever since AWOLs was nominated. And then, a month later, all of a sudden someone on Fox is saying it. So I'm not going to say they stole it. It's possible they thought of it also on their own, but I was using it before that. Like Camelot, K-A-M-E. A-L-O-T.
And Camelot? What? It sounds like a medieval term or something.
No, it's a play on the JFK Camelot.
Oh, yeah.
And then 2 weeks later, I predicted they would, because they're all style over substance, right? the first black woman president, and it'll be like Camelot. And sure enough, 2 weeks later, it was on the cover of New York Magazine. So
Oh,
I'm
God.
not saying they stole it, but I have my suspicions.
Well, she wants to be black now. She's not Indian anymore.
Right.
She's converted.
Right.
She's converted back to black again.
Yeah.
My
Ugh.
So listen to more of this, guys. This is a clip here I want to show of just how hypocrite these Democrats are really are. Fast forward to 2014, going back to 2022, 2 years ago. Look at the difference. Check this out with Karine Jean-Pierre.
FEMA relief money to use on migrants. So FEMA regional administrators have been meeting with city officials on site to coordinate available federal support from FEMA and other federal agencies. Funding is also available through FEMA's emergency food and shelter program to eligible local governments and non-for-profit organizations upon request to support humanitarian relief for migrants.
Yeah, or as I hashtag her, cringe John Peon, right? Jean, but they pronounce it French, John, right? Cringe John Peon, I call her.
It's just like, I want to label this this episode, guys. Is FEMA becoming the enemy? Because guys, we normally don't live stream here on Sundays. But I felt the need to do this emergency broadcast here on X, including Spotify too, guys. And also too, guys, we're going commercial free. That's right, guys. For all Spotify listeners out there, you're getting this show on Spotify commercial free, ad free, commercial free. Nothing.
I got a new name for FEMA. It's still FEMA, but feeding every migrant asshole.
That's what it's becoming. That's what it's becoming. Migrants are getting what, I'm told, up to $4,000 or $5,000, while people starving to death in the mountains of North Carolina getting $750. That's a fucking disgrace.
Yeah. And of course, before that, we got the whole issue of our veterans who fought and became physically and mentally wounded for our freedom and others' freedoms. They're living out on the street, but we're putting illegals up in multiple $100 a day hotel rooms. And of course, they are trashing the hotels. It's the same reason why ghettos didn't work, housing projects. When someone doesn't own something, if they don't have any real stake in it, there's no respect. They have no integrity. They just rip it apart because, hey, they'll be given something else somewhere else. So this is ridiculous. It's right from network. I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. When the hell are those independents going to finally wake up and be mad as hell? I'm not going to take it anymore.
When are they going to wake up, Joe? When are they going to wake up and understand what your government is doing is literally ripping you off? They're ripping you off by giving to migrants, right? And then, all the liberals are saying, well, this country is supposed to be a country of migration. Legal, guys, legal. Not what they're doing. They're coming into this nation and literally ripping off the American citizen of taxes. What I mean by that is the taxpayers are footing everything that Joe just said, luxury hotel rooms up in New York City, Chicago, and they're getting benefits and incentives through this FEMA government organization. Well, again, and I'm going to repeat, I don't care. I'll sound like a parrot because sometimes you need to sound like a parrot, a good parrot, right? A polywatta cracker. The $750 that are going to these people in need is a disgusting show of behavior, while migrants are getting huge amounts of incentives. Disgusting, Joe. It really is.
Well, in your case, it's Polly is a cracker.
Yeah, we know who the poly wants a cracker is.
You know me, I can't pass on the jokes.
Yeah. I want to show this video here, guys, of a of a citizen in the affected area there near Asheville, North Carolina. This is coming from a TikTok video. She's outraged, Joe. Check this video out, guys.
Just told us we can't get you a phone. I have no ID. I have no way to pay for food. He has no way to get gas. We're stuck. So we have to sleep in a car that's leaking with the same clothes we've had on since the...
It was a 30-foot wall of water just pushing through Lake Lure all the way down. My house washed away. I had a cat, I had two geckos. I lost it all.
It was like by a miracle that we made it. I started to call 911. I could not get through. I called again and I was able to get through. And I said, the water's coming in our house. And they said, get to higher ground. And I was like, okay, we're going in the attic. And they're like, we're overwhelmed with calls right now. That's all we can tell you to do. Your adrenaline's pumping. It's like, this is, you're saving your life right now. You're doing it.
Well, you know what? I want to say something here that, it shouldn't be controversial given this audience, right? But as a Christian, this is why the bastardization of community, which is communism, community is free will, freedom, our personal responsibility through charity to be our brother's keeper. We used to take care of each other through charity as we are supposed to. But the left bastardized community to communism, which is force and theft, right? This should be charity, and it is. Trump was down there with Samaritan's Purse. Now, I have issues with the Red Cross from time to time, but they're also down there helping people. But less charity is happening because more people falsely render unto Caesar, out of context, this duty to the government that it doesn't belong. We need to be there helping our blood, our treasure. There should be, well, I don't want to say there should be no FEMA. There should be FEMA to help a little here and there because, it's cross state borders things is where that comes in. But states' own responsibilities, like here in Michigan, we have tornadoes. If Michigan is not putting aside money for tornado and other, the Great Lakes flooding emergencies, but only relying on federal bailout, that's wrong. The states got to do more for themselves, and FEMA has a role regarding cross-state. But the other thing is, too, private sector, right? We're on X. And thank you to Elon for Starlink. He came in, chipped in, and now they've got communication down there.
Yeah.
The federal government is worthless. It's full of idiot bureaucrats just wanting a government check. They can't do anything right 90% of the time, and 99.9% of the time, or I dare say 110% of the time, because they can't do math, they're inefficient. They can't do anything efficiently.
Yeah,
Throw money, waste money.
Yeah, I seen that, Joe, with Starlink, coming in, Elon Musk, doing the right thing. These are people, folks. Yes, Elon's a billionaire, Trump's a billionaire, but I mean, set aside from their wealth, these are people that are not right now in a current administration such as presidency. Donald Trump is not the president. Elon Musk does not have a cabinet position right now with Trump, even though there are rumors circulating that he may be the new director of communications, which I hope Trump makes. I mean, seriously. But these are people that are literally taking the time out of their busy schedules to do the right thing. Elon putting Starlink there in affected areas to help out. And now I'm being told from people here on X, and including Spaces, including Bonfire and countless other Spaces, hat tip to fisherman there that's most likely listening in. Supposed to have him here on the broadcast, but he's had some prior commitments. I get it. It happens. But I mean, we were discussing this just last night and the night before on Bonfire. with Starlink needing to be placed in areas that are heavily affected because people like FEMA and the rest of the federal government will not step in. And now they're saying, all right, now I'm hearing that FEMA is now threatening Elon Musk and his team with the Starlink stuff. Can you believe that, Joe? Like,
Yeah. Well, I want to go back to what you said about, excuse me, Elon and Trump.
Sure.
You know, stereotypes exist for a reason. They don't apply to everybody. You can't paint everyone with a broad brush. Now, like I criticize billionaires like Soros, Buffett, Gates, Zuckerberg or Fuckerberg, you know, Buffett, and all them, because although Gates try to help a little more with the Gates Foundation nowadays, but for him, like it's more like the Clinton Foundation. It's just a money dodge. It's money laundering. But Trump and Elon indeed are billionaires, but they have far more in common with us average folks than a Bernie Sanders who's not a billionaire but a millionaire, always criticizing or used to millionaires and billionaires. He now just talks about billionaires because he's a multimillionaire too, driving in a $750,000 foreign sports car, owns 3 homes, including one like the Obamas and I forget who else now. All these climate cards claiming the ocean levels are going to rise and destroy.
Don't forget about the hypocrite AOC, right? She
Right.
It's a climate when it's necessary. That's why some people, even podcasters, big names, have call her occasional Cortex because it's what she's becoming. Yeah.
I call her Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, please use that hashtag. Since I'm still locked out of Twitter, I need you all to use Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez on X in my behalf, as well as, of course, Fascocrats and my new name for FEMA and all that. But back to Sanders, owns oceanfront property, just like the Obamas, just like so many other hypocrite leftists that claim the oceans is going to claim 30 miles of each coastline, but there they are, right on the beach.
There they are.
Shall know them by their fruits, not the hot air bullshit that comes out of their mouth. Actions speak louder than words.
A lot of bullshit that comes out of their mouths. All talk, no cattle, or no action, right out of backwards.
All hat, no cattle. Yeah. You're mixing your metaphors, but we know what you mean.
Oh, actually, I think I pulled a Greg Gutfeld over there. Seriously, but
Oh, did I? Yeah, no, I said cringe John Peon. There's another tag I used to use all over X. Look it up. Cringe, KRINGE, John, GEAN, Peon, PEON. Cringe John Peon. And no leftist morons, has nothing to do with her skin tone.
Oh,
you
God,
fucking retards.
They'll be throwing that in. What? Joe? You people on Savaged Unfiltered are racist. No, they're not racist. Stop spinning.
Hi, Clueless Nation. We know you'll distort our words.
Oh, they are. They're fading away, Joe.
And we got to be clear. Again, there's new eyeballs, new earballs.
Oh, sure.
We're not calling the entire nation clueless. We're referring to another podcast that we disrespectfully, properly on purpose called the Clueless Nation Crew.
They're fading away into the mist, Joe. I see them giving up. They're giving up.
Well, like you said, people got to awaken. More people are indeed awakening from the woke stupor.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. Awake, not woke. Check that out, guys, on the website, savagedarmy.com. But I did promise no advertisement, no ads. What I mean by that, guys, is no ads and no commercials and advertisements that are aligned with this show. This show will be commercial free on Spotify. You're not getting anything. The budget, I'm keeping it like slim to none, guys, because it is an emergency broadcast.
And thank God I'm here, or there'd be a value freak podcast if it were just you doing it.
Oh my God.
Just a loving jab at my friend. It's just a joke.
Just
Just a joke.
people listening to the bonfire community and including Savaged Underground X Space are probably like scratching their heads here, you know, especially in the
It's
replay. Yeah.
just a joke, people. Come on, lighten up.
Not bad. Not bad. Crazy stuff. But you know, I'm glad people are doing the right thing, you know, and it should catch some eyeballs, guys, here on X and including other platforms. This video here now circulating TikTok again. I love how TikTok is slowly merging into conservatism, and we're going to talk about TikTok later in the program.
I jumped back on TikTok. Let's see how long it takes for them to kick off my 4th account now.
Oh God! Did you? Before I show this video, I want to talk about Hillary Clinton melting down on CNN.
Hitlery?
God.
Hitlery. Yeah.
Oh God! I got a clip later on.
The woman who still denies she lost 2016, Stacey Abrams, still denies she lost the Georgia race. Al Gore still denies he lost the 2000 election, but yet we're election deniers when we have proof of fraud.
Yeah, yeah. But Joe, you got to check out this video here. I'm going to plug here in a minute with people on horseback guys in the state of North Carolina, up near the mountains, right up near Asheville. Literally on horseback carrying supplies to affected areas. I mean, are we going back to the Wild Wild West, Joe, or what, buddy?
I mean, hey, you do what you got to do.
Well,
and that's again why local charity matters. And we all join with Samaritan's Purse for a few days if we're not affected. And indeed, you have a horse, you strap some supplies, and you get them, or a mule. Saddle up a Democrat, take a jackass and put some gear on them and parade them into the damaged zone.
I'm telling you, but you got to check this video out, guys. Like, you know, literally horseback carrying supplies. I had to look at this and I'm like, no, is it a goof? Is it a spoof?
Is this the Cajun Navy?
Is it the what? The Cajun?
The Cajun Navy crew who have like the what are the airboats that they use to get places? This sounds like something the Cajun Navy would think to do. You know, former military people, logistics people who actually have a clue what it's like to be in a disaster zone and get things done. Unlike the idiots in D.C. who don't know anything.
Yeah, check this video out, guys. Thank you very much, whoever these people are. I can't give a name to credit, but I seen it on TikTok, and I'm like, holy shit, man. Doing the right thing. Check this out, guys. Wow. I mean, your hearts go out when you see, you know, concerned neighbors, residents of the state. And I'm not sure if these people actually live in North Carolina or possibly surrounded areas, South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee. But people on horseback, man, just doing the right thing.
This is exactly how it's supposed to work. This is the difference between biblical community and may God bless you 100-fold your efforts and your costs, you know, versus bastardized communism. And I know this is not a laughing matter, but I love the dog there walking along, like the dog is their security patrol,
Uh,
right?
Lassie or something coming to the rescue. Like, don't forget about me, guys. I'm in the rescue here too.
Yeah, they should have strapped something over him too. But it's like the dog is a Secret Service agent walking along, looking out and being the guardian of the horse parade there.
I hope I hope Donald Trump is listening to this broadcast, guys, because he is on X, guys, at real Donald Trump. I hope you're listening, sir. I hope you use that in one of your rallies, because that message is strong. That video is strong. That is a true message of the American spirit in this nation. People coming to aid to help those in need, while your federal government up in Washington, D.C. is not lifting a fucking
Yep.
finger.
Well, there's another hashtag. I haven't used it yet. I just thought to use it now. I've got a couple of my Constitutionalist Politics podcast shows on community versus communism. There's a hashtag, community versus communism. This is the classic example of how community works and communism doesn't. It's like Hitlery and it takes a village. It takes a village is biblical. We all need help from our friends, our neighbors, our family at times. That's biblical, but forcing it, as you were on my CTP show, Slaves to State, please check out that episode with Michael Gardner, aka Savaged, Slaves to State. That's the communism. They want you slaves of and to the state, not us helping each other as we should. And yeah, I've been trying to get community versus communism to Trump for a long time. He needs to use that because he's appealing to the 30, 50 million Christians who either aren't registered or don't vote. Get off your ass. You shall be known by your fruits. You must sow to reap. If you don't sow good, at least voting, and you got to do more than that. But if you don't sow good, then you are complicit in the evil that prevails, that is reaped. Get off your butt. Do things.
Yeah, I mean, welcome in. I noticed we got somebody here in the Savage Underground. Welcome in, what is this, High Plains? How you doing, buddy?
High Plains Drifter, Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. Oh,
Is it Clint Eastwood?
Oh, you know him, Joe. Wow. High Plains, what is it, Drifter? Grab a mic, guys. I'd love to hear you. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to patch you into the live stream because X hasn't really, basically adapted to the technology yet. But welcome into the Savage Underground X Space. I'd love to hear what your views and reactions and thoughts are as we're discussing this important topic here, an emergency broadcast here on Savage Underground, including Savage Unfiltered show. But I mean, Joe, I'm waiting for.
Yeah, you know what? All right, Limbaugh's gone. R.I.P. brother. Love you, Rush. Great guy. His early years, I used to call in and be on his show. Later, as he got bigger, it became impossible to get in. But we could steal EIB from them. Excellence in broadcast. We'll change it to emergency information broadcast. So welcome to Savaged Unfiltered's version of EIB.
Absolutely. Hey, I got a question here for you, High Plains. I know you can't see Joe in this X space. He's unfortunately banned here on the platform. But if you're viewing us on another device, you can actually look at the actual Savage Underground X space that you're in now, including the actual video live stream here on X. Basically, Joe was kind of making an assumption there to you. And I think, right, Joe, you were kind of getting into alluding?
Yeah, well, I was just joking. I'm sure it isn't High Plains Drifter himself, Clint Eastwood, but hey, it's Clint in disguise.
Yeah.
The show, Clint.
No, we knew that, Joe. It's all jokes. But welcome to High Plains. You want to unmute, buddy? What you got going on here on Savage Underground?
Not much. I'm just camping out on the ranch, looking for, because we've had an illegal immigration issue.
Okay.
A few people running across our ranch that shouldn't. We've also come across a few people that had kids with them that actually didn't belong to them.
Oh, wow.
Without going into too much detail, as you're going live, I will not say the outcome of each individual.
Okay, I respect that. I got what you're saying. High Plains. I had to bring the microphone down just a little bit here on the live stream so Joe can hear you, including the rest of the audience here. What's your thoughts and reactions going on with the United States FEMA government agency here, basically handling the entire disasters to the both all the states, basically Florida, Georgia, parts of Northwest North Carolina. What's your thoughts on that, sir? If I may ask that, because there's a lot of outcry and a lot of concern that FEMA is not assisting in handling the situation correctly.
What's your policy on language?
I'm unfiltered, buddy. Go ahead, go for it.
Okay? I think FEMA's full of shit. I think they're a bunch of arseholes. They're not doing their job fucking properly. They're being paid to do it, but they can't be bothered. People like myself and my wife who actually own choppers are actually offering to fly supplies in, pull people out. We've been told no under the threat of arrest, and it's now become a no-fly zone. We've been hampered by these absolute fucking retards that should be in there and helping people.
Yeah. Oh, that's I
Yeah.
want to ask,
High Plains.
pass this along. You know me, I don't like to be woke or pathetically corrupt. Pathetical corruptness, I call PC. But in this case, allegedly kids that don't belong to them. I'd like to know his reasoning or proof that those kids don't belong to him. But we do know for a fact
Absolutely.
federal government has lost track of more than 250,000 children, illegals that came over, who have probably been put into sex trafficking.
What's your thought on that, High Plains, with some of these migrant children being lost here in the United States due to this incompetent leader of Joe Biden?
My honest opinion on it. I mean, I've only been an American citizen for 15 years. I've seen this country change from
legal immigrant, legal,
and wanted to come to being a place that I don't recognize anymore. I don't like it anymore. I'd fight for it if I could, and if I should, I'd go down swinging for it. But the problem you have now, well, this is what happens when you have someone with the actual intelligence of a cauliflower in the country.
Ain't that right?
All he's interested in is sitting on a beach, eating ice cream, and talking about kids that stroke the hairs on his legs.
Yeah. Now, this is important.
You've got a VP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't know her head from her ass.
The Kamalunis.
High Plains, 1 second here. Joe, we got a request coming in from Just Narc on the Savage Underground X Space here. Just Narc, welcome in, buddy. How's it going? What's your thoughts on today's topics here?
Well, okay, so I want to start off by I'm no means a Joe Biden supporter. I think he's a fucking moron. But I do have a couple questions.
A lot of people are not liking Joe Biden today, but I love it. Go ahead. Continue, buddy.
I mean, I don't like just disregard him as much as everybody else, but he's definitely made some mistakes, right? And he's like nowhere to be found. So, I mean, what do you do with that? I don't know what the answer is for that.
Yeah.
Other than to make sure that she doesn't win in a month from now, right? I mean, that's the only answer. But on like the child thing, because I've been hearing this, and again, I know what this is going to sound like, and I don't really care.
Yeah.
If the undocumented illegals, right, that we don't really know where or how many are actually here, how do we know all the children that are missing?
Well, They are not undocumented. A lot of them are documented as they come across, or head count, aerial counts of them. So,
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, no, like I hear what you're saying. Just Narc. That's interesting that you bring that up. Because what we're seeing now is just incompetence, incompetence on a federal
yeah.
level. It really
Well, they, by law, by statute, they are illegal aliens, and I don't like that he's using the leftist bullshit talking point of undocumented aliens. They are illegal aliens, and we see them flooding across, so we have head counts. I get his point. We can't know unless if we've but we are processing a lot of them. So we do know, and we try to track them so we can potentially deport them later. But the previous caller, the main thing here is legal. The left lies. We have no problem with legal immigration at all. They are the most patriotic Americans there are, because a lot of them left shithole nations. They don't want it turned into socialism, communism, fascism that they escaped.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna close down the X Space guys in about a minute here. Thank you very much for those that came in. High Plains, just Narc. Appreciate the hell out of you. I really do.
No worries, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. We're gonna close down the X Space guys, but we're gonna continue the live stream. So, High Plains, just Narc, if you want to listen in and view in, appreciate the hell out of it, guys. Get those comments in here on the live stream. I'd love to hear what your reactions are to this.
Where's the live stream at?
Live stream, guys. If you go over to my main X platform, you'll see where it says Savaged is live. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll go over there.
Take it easy, guys. Alrighty. Guys, thanks very much for tuning into the X Space. We're going to continue live here on the live stream here with Savaged Unfiltered Show for about another 10 minutes or so. About 10 minutes or so. I'm going to close it up here with the importance here. Special broadcast, guys, live stream here on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, we're actual live stream because we haven't been Clinton-sided yet, even though we're enemies of the state. Is that shirt still available on savagearmy.com?
Which one?
The enemies of state.
That one was actually sold out. We're gonna have to bring that one back in. It's selling out like crazy.
Yeah, me, you, and Sauce, who I haven't heard from.
I haven't heard from Sauce.
He might be dead.
Yeah. Oh, guys,
hopefully he didn't get deported. He's a legal immigrant. We love him. We want him here.
All jokes aside, Joe, I hope not. Sauce is a damn fucking proud patriot of this nation. I haven't heard from Sauce, guys, in almost 8 months now. I tried calling him, I tried texting him, I tried emailing him. Nothing from Sauce. I haven't heard from him. Guys, if you know who I'm talking about, Sauceland has been on the show countless of times here, including with Joe. A damn good innovative young guy, college bound guy. But I mean, wow. Thank you for bringing that up, Joe.
And again, a proof of we don't hate the Russian people.
No.
We hate the Russian government. He's a Russian immigrant, and we absolutely love him. He's another example of he doesn't want us turning into what he escaped.
Yeah, I mean, he was constantly trying to, basically get my microphone. There we go. I had to bring that down for the people for the X Space. But Sauceland was constantly trying to warn people, and attacking Sauce. The videos of poor Sauceland getting attacked at these political events that he went to. But I mean, I do want to touch on Sauce a little bit, but I want to get into a little bit of what we're discussing here because I'm concerned for Sauceland. I don't know where the hell he's been and where he's at, but
I also know a Marin Sasuda here. I can never get her last name right. It's Russian. Really young woman. She ran for the Michigan GOP youth chair one time, a few cycles. Well, young woman. She was, I think, 18 at that time. She's probably 26 now. But yeah, another Russian immigrant. You know, I don't want what was there to be happening here.
No one wants what you see in other countries here in America. I mean, they just don't want it. I mean, we had two listeners, call-ins here, kind of patching in from Savage Underground X Space here. So I appreciate the hell out of you. Guys, I didn't get where he was originally from. The first person we had on, Joe, was he from Australia or Austria?
Yeah, right. I was thinking the Paul Hogan, Crocodile Dundee kind of accent, right? Yeah,
he was basically telling me, he's like, how dark can I go? I mean, he didn't say that, but more or less like, was going. I was like, dude, I'm unfiltered.
He's from one of those former British colonies, apparently, by his accent, I would guess, right?
Yeah, but he's pissed. I mean, he's like this fucking stupid administration. I love how people are filtered. Bring your patriotism, guys, because we're going to need it to save this nation.
Bidumb, Bidumb. Yeah, another one of my hashtags.
Joe, Bidumbonomics. Right?
Yep, Bidumbonomics. Yep.
Yeah, we need a voiceover artist to do that. Bidumbonomics.
Now, we actually made a mistake. We've got. I'm always saying principles, not personalities.
Joe makes a mistake.
We should have never coined it Bidumbonomics. And my new hashtag for the Kamalunist and Bidum, it's communomics, right? It doesn't matter if it's Biden or the Kamalunist, it's communomics. It's fantasy world delusion, Paul Krugman moron shit, not Thomas Sowell or whoever else I'm thinking of. Real economists who understand reality. Like I've got an article on an article that I wrote for Before It's News. Is the number 6 always better than the number 3 because it's a bigger number? Well, you're laughing, but that's a trick question. It's a trick question. If you're getting 6% wage increases, but inflation is 9%, hey, retard, you're losing money. But under Trump,
Joe,
we were getting 3.
Let me do it. Boom! Oh, there it goes.
Mind blown, right?
Yeah.
But, basic economics, basic math, basic accounting. You got to look at both sides of the ledger. Under Trump, you were only getting 3%. Well, 3%, 3 is less than 6, but inflation was only 1.5. You were actually gaining money.
No, according to Corinne Jean Pierre, the token lesbian, that's all spin. Joseph is labeling spin, but Fox News contributor, right, Ducey would be constantly pressing her, and she'd be like, "Okay, gotta go."
Yeah. No, I'm dealing in basic math, basic economics, basic accounting, basic science of biology. Also, all these basic realities, which is why the left wants the new core R's. What did I? Raunch through perversion, right? Racism through CRT, and I forget the third R I came up with there, but replacing what? Reading, writing, arithmetic, history, and all that.
Ripping off Rip Thorne from Dodgeball. Dodge, kick, dive, and the 3 R's.
Yeah, check out J. Leonard Detroit. Again, there's no Owen Leonard, people. It looks French. It's actually Leonard Waskowicz at one time, Polish. J. Leonard Detroit at beforeitsnews.com. You can see these pieces I'm talking about.
Yeah. Check.
No, I did rip him off kind of from Dodgeball. I have on thelibertybeacon.com the left 7 Ds: deflect, dodge, distract, distort, deny, disrespect.
I knew where that came from. That whole scenario that Joe put in there. It was like, I'm like, dude, I heard that from somewhere.
You could see that under Joseph M. Leonard. Do a search on The Liberty Beacon, not libertybeacon.com. That's something else. TheLibertyBeacon.com. Put Joseph M. Leonard. got to put the whole name in the search there. You could scroll back and see the leftist 70s. On beforeitsnews.com, I'm Jay Leonard, Detroit.
At least we don't do delusion here on the show.
Nope.
You guys.
Pivotal role in our shelter and services program that is poised to distribute $363 million to cities and communities in need of funding. We do not have the funds, FEMA does not have the funds to make it through the season.
Thank you very much. Hold on, Joe. I got to give credit to that video. Thank you very much. Republican something. It went too fast. Thank you very much. I mean, guys, I'm a firm believer in what Dan Bongino says, even with the Bongino brief. Thank you very much, Bongino. I'm a damn good friend of mine. He's always saying snapshots and sound bites matter. You just heard it, guys.
No, I want to make note of that. Several pieces and couple constitutionalist politics shows, language use and abuse on Before It's News, written and spoken on this several times. That clip is perfect. Listen to what he said. He gave it away. Hundreds of millions to shelter services. That's the dodge they're using to move money to the illegals for shelter. Those $100 hotel rooms.
Joe,
he admitted
it's going right by, and we're not even seeing it. Most people are just not being aware of what they're labeling it. They're showing you right in front of your face what they're trying to do. And like some people are just so naive, they're so brainwashed, they're not getting it, Joe.
He admitted what Cringe John Peon lied about. They and FEMA and other agencies diverting funds to the illegal immigration emergency for shelter services. Those $100 a night hotel rooms we're putting illegals up in. Meanwhile, our homeless vets go without. Meanwhile, those in the disaster zone go without unless Samaritan's Purse or those people on horseback come in to rescue them.
It's
and like the guy on the phone, I've heard from others that have helicopters. Let us fly things in. No, restricted. You can't. They don't want community. They want communism. They don't want you to do charity like we are supposed to do. They want control and power over the redistribution of everything.
They do. See, they know they can get the control, the manipulation with these migrants. I'm not going to be mean, but I'm going to be straight up full of honesty here on the show. These migrants, Joe, some of them, they don't have common sense. They're not intelligent. Some are not intelligent. Some are willing to go along with the trap of the federal government and say, okay.
Yeah.
I will bow down to your power because you're going to give me all these free benefits of welfare, food stamps.
Unfortunately, as there's a lot of stupidocrats too. There's another hashtag for you, stupidocrats.
Go with the hashtags, man. Hashtag it. Joe Original. I'm gonna get that back on the website. It's sold out, guys. It's going crazy. Joe sold. I put like 10 of them on there just to do a test run to see that. Sold 10 already. Holy shit! Thanks very much. Appreciate it. Check this out, guys. Clip coming from Tennessee. The governor of Tennessee weighing in on all this mess, guys. Oh my goodness.
In fact, there's some belief and understanding that may be coming from foreign sources just to confuse on the ground what's happening here. There's no confiscation of supplies or of products coming in by FEMA or TEMA. Look, these people are in tears. And you see the TEMA director get emotional yesterday about the people that we are serving. I saw a county mayor every single day with tears in their eyes, emotional, serving the people alongside their FEMA and TEMA counterparts in their EOCs. There's nothing but commitment to serving the people in this state. And those who spread that kind of misinformation, it's deeply unfortunate that that's happening.
You know where, hold on, Joe, hold on. You know where the misinformation's coming from, folks? It's coming from your Democratic Party up in Washington. It's coming from your press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre. It's coming from CNN. It's coming from MSNBC. It's coming from all the radical networks up there. They're spreading the lies. They're spitting the language, and they're twisting the words. You just heard from the governor of Tennessee saying that all the misinformation, where it's coming from. FEMA's not helping. You know why FEMA's not helping? Because FEMA's fucking broke, guys, because they just sent all the disaster money that should have went over to all these states in need up to places like Ukraine in the Middle East. All that money. Joe, 300, I'm told as high as $340 million. $40 million to places like Ukraine, places like the Middle East, when that should have went to your neighbor in Georgia, should have went to your neighbor in South Carolina, should have went to your neighbor in Florida and parts of eastern Tennessee. That's where it should have went.
Yeah, well, he made one of my points for me too. TEMA, Tennessee Emergency Management Association. Every state has their own version of FEMA for the state level, and that is where it belongs. Your state and local level. Don't count. If you're counting on the feds for anything, you're a retard. You just can't count on them. We've got to do it state and locally. And if some Fed comes, help, great, that's bonus. But you can't rely on it. It's like G.W. Bush after Katrina, the criticism. So he stockpiled 100,000 mobile homes somewhere for the next emergency. And what happened? Of course, they weren't protected. They weren't maintained. People went in and stole parts for salvage, tore them apart. So when the next emergency came, you couldn't use the mobile homes. They were all destroyed. They can't do anything, even under a Republican administration. The bureaucracy deep state is fascocrats, CINOs, and rhinos only concerned about their paycheck. So even with a Republican president, a Republican Congress, it's going to be inefficient. You cannot rely on them. They cannot do anything to scale. They don't understand anything. They're just there to collect the check.
Hey, Joe, check this out. You know, coming from the Kamala HQ X page here, right?
I see them on True Social.
Oh,
what a joke! What a joke!
No, they are desperate right now for supporters and base. Check this out, guys, because I want to save a little small little segue before we close out with the Hillary part here. This is what the Kamala HQ is responding to that video I just showed from the governor of Tennessee, saying, GOP Governor Lee, there's a lot of misinformation on disaster relief right now. In fact, there's some belief that it may be coming from the GOP itself to confuse people. Look, FEMA is working alongside local officials to deliver relief to people. Where? Where is FEMA delivering local resources? The only local resources that I'm seeing being delivered to people in high affected areas are people on horseback. The video I just showed you earlier in the broadcast, Donald Trump and his administration, Elon Musk with Starlink. Those are the people. Yeah, Kamala, you're right. Those are the people delivering relief, but it's not coming from FEMA.
Yeah. The Cajun Navy, which again was formed like 25 years ago. I think it was because of Katrina, whenever Katrina was. So it wasn't quite 25 years ago. But yeah, the Cajun Navy, which, comprised of friends of friends of friends who have those airboats like you see in the Florida Everglades, right? Because when water is up, regular boats don't work, but those airboats are fantastic for getting around in, and they mainly use those.
Yeah. It's upsetting, and I was going to plug this video in with Hillary, but I'm not. I'm just going to speak on it. I really am. She doesn't deserve it.
I don't want to see that ugly bitch's face. Oh, my God. Hillary Clinton.
She can go back walking in the woods up there in upstate New York like she was in 2016. She's lost. She was more back,
definitely in the wilderness.
Yeah,
She's
Joe.
definitely in the wilderness. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's
left field.
Niagara Falls, Frankie Angel from the Ghost of Christmas.
She's so far out in left field, she's out of the stadium. She's even beyond the parking lot. She's actually in the next city over.
You know what she's saying now? You know what Hillary Clinton's saying? She's saying that all social media, right, platforms, including X here and Rumble, should be monitoring and reviewing accounts because a lot of people are spreading misinformation. I hate to tell you, Hillary, that's a violation of the First Amendment. A little thing called, in the Constitution. That's called censorship. And common folk of the United States, we don't stand for censorship. We express our free speech, whether you like it or not. So,
yeah.
They're in desperation mode, Joe.
I'm still banned both my accounts on X, but the response to lies or misinformation is what Elon did: community notes. When the left lies, community notes immediately start piling up with source references to factual information that prove they're lying. But when we say something they call misinformation, they can't counter it because we're giving facts. They're doing the spin. They're doing the lying. Again, Joseph Goebbels would be so proud of today's fascocrats.
Oh, would he? Yeah, I'm sure he would.
You know what? Joseph Goebbels and the Nazi Socies. Joseph Goebbels coined that. Nazi Socies, they were socialists, you retards. Later then became known as fascists. But the Nazis took Albert Speer and Joseph Goebbels took the Wilson Democrat administration propaganda abilities and enacted them and co-opted them in Germany. And the eugenics program they got from Margaret Sanger, who Hitler still praises for creating Planned Slaughterhood, which she called blacks and Slavs and mentally deficient as human weeds that needed to be extinguished. That's why she created Planned Slaughterhood. And today I've got Neil Mammon and Kevin McGarry of Every Black Life Matters, not the black lying Marxists, not the murder morons who aren't helping any black person. Every Black Life Matters, you can look them up. Kevin and Neil created it because they're pro-life. Yeah. How can you be saying, like at the NAACP dinner we protest here in Detroit every year, you're giving millions to Planned Slaughterhood that's still 52% of all children killed by Planned Slaughterhood, blacks, even though they're only like 13% of the population.
Joe, you read my mind. What a perfect segue. People.
And you know what? And another thing I got to throw out there. My friend Bruce Fleury, Wham Radio, I've mentioned him before. They do Abolitionist Roundtable, 9 a.m. Saturdays. You could go to whamradio.com to listen live. He wrote the book on Margaret Sanger called The Negro Project. Lays out her whole life, quotes her directly on Indeed, wanting to exterminate blacks, her plan, her ability to get black pastors onto her payroll, so they could collect money selling out the black people. It's all laid out in the Negro Project. You've got to read that.
What a perfect segue to end the program here. A video here of a woman, right? Blacks for Trump. This woman from Chicago, Illinois, voicing out her concerns of what she's seeing here. Check this out, guys.
Funny how y'all find money for them. Yeah. But you can't find money for us. Right. Do you all realize that CTU has it in their contract that is up for negotiations this year? Well, they're going to be giving more money to migrants than they're going to be giving to support our teachers. In what world is that okay? You want to give migrant kids $2,000 a month for a stipend in your contract? What about the rest of the kids who are hungry and suffering here in Chicago? Do you not think that it is just migrant kids who are suffering, who are not able to eat, who are dealing with homelessness? Of course it's not. I say all this to say, people, Democrats, you're on the menu this election. Black America, wake up and pay attention. Supporting Trump does not make you racist. It does not demonize you. What it does do is says to the Democratic Party, y'all not going to keep playing with us. You're not going to keep taking us for granted. You're not going to continue to disregard the importance of our vote. So we're saying here today, go Trump 2024. We got you, Donald Trump, here in the city of Chicago. We're supporting you because what we're saying to the Democratic Party is y'all not going to continue to play in our.
Wow. And I want to say one thing, Joe. I really do. I mean, coming from a huge presence of liberalism in Chicago, the people of Chicago are waking up. And I love how she spreads that message at the end. It's not about racism. It's about doing the right thing. And wow, powerful video.
Well,
Joe, they really are.
Martin Luther King Jr. was a Republican. His niece, Alveda King, is the only king carrying on his real legacy. But I wanted to say that to say this. Malcolm X said, 5-6 decades ago, if you as a black person vote for the Democrats, or DEMOKKK rats, right? They created the KKK. If you vote Democrat, you're a chump. You're not only a chump, you're a traitor to your race. Malcolm X said that, not me.
I know. I'm giving reactions because this is the sick, demented, part of society that people are trying to brainwash people with. Just because you're black, Joe. I mean, this woman said this. Just because you're black, you don't always have to vote Democrat. Wake the hell up and understand.
Right.
Vote with policy over personality. Right? They constantly
they twist history. The grand old party, the Republican Party, the first Republican president, Abraham Lincoln. It was Harriet Tubman, a Republican, who helped found the Underground Railroad to get slaves out of slave states. That's where the term for the Saturday show I mentioned comes from. Abolitionist Roundtable, 9 a.m. Saturdays, whamradio.com. Abolitionists. We are the Abolitionist Party. Some Democrats, but mostly Republicans, freed the slaves, fought the KKK, fought against the Jim Crow laws that came out of the left. Look at the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment, known as the Republican Amendments. All majority Republican that freed the slaves, gave the right to vote for all, and all that. Republicans, not Democrats. It was Lyndon B. Johnson that said, I'm going to have them niggers voting Democrat for the next 200 years.
He did say that.
He did say that. And that's because he told the Democrats to stop in the Senate, to stop filibustering the Civil Rights Act that was written by Republicans and would have passed under Eisenhower, and he would have signed it, but they were filibustering it. He told them, you don't have to vote for it, just don't filibuster it. And indeed, the Civil Rights Act, like the 13th, 14th, 15th Amendment, passed only because of supermajorities of Republicans. Democrats still voted against it. LBJ signed it, and it's been the trick of history, as Candace Owens says.
Joe,
Democrat economic plantation. It's still a Democrat plantation. It's just economic. And look it up. Again, trust but verify.
I hate to chime in, buddy, but I don't want to cut you off, but we're losing time on the show.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta move on to something else. I know.
I want to thank people that have been tuning in. The live streaming is blowing up. I appreciate the hell out of you guys coming in. God, over 300 people now on the live stream. Thank you.
And hopefully, we may show. Yeah, we may show up on Mediaite now, and certainly high hallucination will be. Oh my God! Did you hear Joe on Savaged Filter? He used the N-word. I was quoting LBG, morons. Look it the fuck up.
They don't want to look it up, Joe. They want to do their Google shit. It doesn't say that on Google. It doesn't say that on Google.
Right, DuckDuckGo, Jibberoo, and Free Spoke. Google's great for shopping. I use it all the time for finding the cheapest widget. It's great. But for facts, go to DuckDuckGo, Jibberoo, and Free Spoke.
I'm gonna put a period with him sometimes. You know what I use Google for? I use Google for Google Maps. When I'm driving.
Oh, it's great for that too. Yeah.
Or
great
Waze.
For that too.
Waze, because it tells me where the cops are.
Google owns Waze now, unfortunately.
Oh, it does. Oh,
yes.
Well,
we won't see innovation out of Waze. Just hopefully Google doesn't fuck up Waze, because I use Waze too. It's good.
Hey, you know what I'm waiting for in closing here? You know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for a Republican company to come out with a map to show me where all the liberal trolls are on the freeways, so I can avoid them like fucking plague or something. Guys, thanks very much for tuning in. I'm Savage. This is Jokester Joe, Joseph M. Leonard. Check him out on his podcast, Constitutionalist Politics Podcast.
Today it's hashtag I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore, Joe.
Joe's so fired up, he won't even let me finish the plug. But it's okay. Check him out, guys. Anywhere you see a podcast or find a podcast, he's available on the Buzzsprout platform. Wow, Joe. And Spotify and countless other guys. Thanks very much, and take it easy, guys. Be savage.